Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to bring a label or design that you create for packaging into Adobe Dimension after using Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop to create the actual design. So here on my screen right now, I have my design that I created for a soda bottle label. And I'm going to go to File, Save As, and just save it as an Illustrator file that I'm going to be able to open up in Photoshop. Okay, and then coming into Adobe Photoshop, open up that same file. When I open this file, I'm going to make sure that I'm set to RGB color mode, and always check that your resolution is at least at 250 pixels per inch, and I'll click OK. And now I need to save this as a JPEG file, so save as, go from Photoshop to JPEG. I'm going to keep that same name and save it on my desktop so it's easy to find later. Alright, now I'm ready to go into Adobe Dimension. Now remember that there are so many different items that you can download from the Adobe Stock Store. Just look under the 3D assets, so 3D models. And as you're searching for whatever you want, just type in keywords like bottle. And you want to look for items that have the word free next to them. So I'm going to search through and see if there's one that is going to work well for my product design that's a free model for me to use. So here I found a taper bottle that I'm going to use for this assignment. So if I go to license for free and sign into my Adobe account, I'm going to be able to download this onto my computer. Okay, and here is my file that downloaded. Just going to add that to my desktop as well so I have it to bring into Adobe Dimension. Alright, so here's Adobe Dimension. Let's go ahead and create a new document. When you first get into Adobe Dimension, it's important that you look on the bottom right-hand side here and set your resolution to a higher resolution. I'm going to set mine to 200. Remember, 7:2 is not going to be our industry standard. It's going to look a little bit blurry if we print out a poster. So 200, 250 is always a good size to use when you're creating something. And when we print it out for a show or whatnot, it's going to look high quality. Alright, now I'm going to open up the zip file that I downloaded here and find my model in there. Okay, so now it's unzipped, ready to go. Import 3D model. I should be able to locate that model that I just downloaded on the desktop of my computer. And look for the object file. It should be .obj. And click open. Now in Adobe Dimension, there's a few tools that you can use to maneuver around the space and to adjust the product itself. So starting with just the regular arrow key, you can see it's our select tool here. I can use it to move any of these points to reposition my bottle in the space. If I want to rotate the scene, I can use the rotation option here to kind of turn my camera angle to the direction that I want to take my picture. You can move the space up and down if you'd like to, again, to set the stage for the exact angle that you're going to want to render this picture. And the actual horizon itself can move back in space. You can see that platform that I have my object in. If I use that last one there on the toolbar, kind of zooms in or zooms out into my product here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add that label that I created, and the easiest way to do that is to just grab the image of it and drag and drop it right on my product. You can see that Adobe Dimension already does a great job here of placing it on my object. I can adjust that using my selection tool again to move it around. You can see as I change angles, it's going to adjust the actual label as I move it around. If I want to make it bigger, I can stretch it. If you hold Shift down, it's going to stretch it proportionately, so that's important. Getting it right into that exact spot that I want to use my camera to take the picture of the product. Now, something like this that is a transparent container, you might want to add something inside. Like mine, I should have some sort of liquid that looks like this soda. So in this case, I can use my shapes over here. There's one that kind of looks like the inside of a tube. It's the capsule. So if I bring this into the scene, and then go to my materials, I can give it a transparent material. There's some options here. Let's try the olive oil option. It's already yellow. If you did want to adjust the color though of the base color, you can always go here and change that. So maybe I want it a little bit more yellow. Great. Okay, and then I can move that so that it's going to be sitting inside of my bottle. If I hold Shift and stretch from any of these points on the outer edges, it will make the size of it change. Again, hold Shift if you want to keep it proportionate. If I don't want it to be proportionate, you can just stretch like that to go up into that space. So depending on what type of object you're trying to fill, different versions of the shape inside might be better. You can also go back into Photoshop and Photoshop in some color if you wanted to, so depending on how realistic you want that to look. I'm going to go back out to my objects here, and before I render this, I just want to add a little bit of a splash special effect here. Shrink that down a little bit, again holding Shift to keep it proportionate. Rotate this so it's at a better angle. And again, I want to change the material of that splash, so go back to my materials. I'll use that same olive oil that I did before and change the base color of that to a little bit more of a bright yellow. Okay. So now at this point, I am ready to render my design. So I'm going to go up to the top where it says render. And then on the right hand side, I'm going to give it a name. And change my quality to high and slow. And I'm just saving that to my desktop. A Photoshop document is perfect to save it as, and I'll click render. Now this is going to take a while, especially if you have a lot of detail, if your object that you brought in was a large size, depending on how many parts it has. So this process could take a while for it to load and render. I've had these take several class periods for certain students for it to actually go through this process. But you can see it gives you the preview as it goes. Eventually it will save this to my desktop. When your image is done rendering, you can open it up in Adobe Photoshop. So it's on my desktop. I'll go to File and Open and find that file that just rendered. And since I want to add this image onto my poster, I don't want it to have a background anymore. So notice since I rendered it as a Photoshop image, it does come with all of these layers. One of them is the background color. So all you need to do is grab that color and grab it to the trash. So from here, I'm going to merge my layers together. So grab all of your layers, holding Shift. Control E is the way to merge. You can also right click and go to merge layers. Go to File, Save As, and save this as a Photoshop file on your desktop. And then when you go into Illustrator and open it up, you'll notice that it now has no layer, how we saved it, or no background layer. And we can drag and drop this onto our poster that we've already started. So from Illustrator, just drag and drop it from one tab over to the other. Hold Shift as you stretch, only stretch from the corner. And I can then position this object onto my poster wherever I want it to be, finalize anything else that's going to go into the space and the poster, and you are all set. Save it as a PDF.